On March 23, 2007, 8 Royal sailors and 7 Royal Marines left in 2 boats from the HMS Cornwall near Iraqi and Iranian territorial waters to investigate a merchant vessel that was suspected of smuggling cars. While investigating that merchant vessel, Iranian Republican Guard vessels moved on the British position, yelling at them, pointing weapons at them, and ramming their boats. These Iranians wrongly claimed that the British personnel were in their territorial waters. Fearing that they couldn't win the fight and also the consequences that would ensue from an engagement with the Iranians, the British forces surrendered to them. Each member of the British party was sent to a prison in Tehran where they were interrogated, forced to sleep in stone cells, and threatened to be in prison for up to 7 years. Videos of the 15 British military personnel were released on Iranian state media as propaganda. This propaganda also included false confessions that the British had entered into Iranian territorial waters illegally and that their arrest was justified. The United Kingdom, European Union, United States, as well as other countries and organizations across the world denounced Iran for the arrest of the 15 British personnel, and they worked to put an additional amount of international pressure on Iran for their release. After 13 days of being held in Iranian captivity, Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad announced the release of the British prisoners as a gift to the United Kingdom, asking that those who were imprisoned not be punished when they return home for their honest confessions about being in Iranian territorial waters. Upon return, the British personnel discussed their experience and stated that under the circumstances, they were all treated pretty well by the Iranians under their captivity. While tensions were high during their detention, those tensions quickly eased after their release. In our alternate history scenario, we're going to take a very different route in the outcome of this situation. Instead of being taken to a prison in Tehran, our British military personnel are going to be taken to a remote Iranian Republican Guard installation where they will unfortunately be brutally interrogated. Videos of their torture will be recorded and released with the hopes of making the United States and her allies think twice about the recently announced surge in Iraq. Iran saw an opportunity to bring Iraq into its sphere of influence and knew that that opportunity could be lost if the U.S. successfully secured Iraq. In addition, the Iranians saw the potential to strike a deadly blow to the American forces that were now along their borders. In the minds of most Iranians, there was no way that the Americans could manage a war in Afghanistan to the east, an unruly Iraq to the west, and an invasion of Fortress Iran, especially with the forces that the Americans currently had in the Middle East. If they were to defeat the Americans, it had to be now when they were the most vulnerable and within range of their ballistic missiles. Knowing how quickly tensions could escalate, Iran took this opportunity to seize the British personnel and stoke the flames for a war that they believed that they could win as long as the American populace didn't fully support yet another war, their third in 6 years. With the British prisoners still detained and broadcasts of them being regularly displayed on international television, something had to be done. The first operation to rescue them will cause an escalation in tensions that will bring about the beginning of what will be known as the Iran War. Okay, so now that you guys know what the scenario is, I wanted to let you know that this is something that I've been researching for some time. So I've read through government publications, congressional reports, war game after action reports, interviews, and other reputable sources to piece a scenario like this together. Now, if you guys want to see how a war with Iran would look like today, I recommend checking out my other channel, which is called Learning Military. I will go ahead and in the description below put links to part 1 and 2 of the video that kind of outlines just what I was able to find out. A lot of that is going to be used in this particular alternate history scenario. So if you want some spoilers or just some kind of general information, because it's not all going to play out the same way, I definitely recommend that you guys go take a look at that. Of course, if you see stuff on there that's cool, I would appreciate a sub there as well. But a big thanks to Arma Screenshot Maker, the Vehicle Communist, for helping me out with that channel and some of the graphics that you see on this channel as well, like the logo, the banners, layouts, and stuff like that. So if you ever need anything created like that, he's your man. I mean, he also makes some great Arma screenshots, so I will put his Twitter in the description below so you guys can see that too. Anyway, I hope you guys are excited for the new series. I know that I am. Just putting together some of the episodes already. This is going to be a blast to make. So make sure that you guys subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can see when these episodes end up coming out. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. I've got your 6.